And then I'll give the floor to Sri Lanka.
Thank you, Madam Chair, for giving me the floor. Chair, it was Dr. Martin Luther King who said, "I refuse to accept the view that mankind is so tragically bound to the starless midnight of racism and war that the bright daybreak of peace and brotherhood can never become a reality." I believe he said that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word, close quotes. In this quote, Madam Chair, Dr. King expresses his belief that people will one day leave racial injustice behind. He aligns racism with war and peace with brotherhood. In line with his adherence to nonviolent protests and civil disobedience, he states that truth and love will ultimately win. The elimination of racism, racial discrimination, xenophobia, and related intolerance, Chair, in all their forms and manifestations, is a crucial goal for a just and inclusive society. Education and awareness plays a vital role in combating racism and discrimination. Promoting tolerance, empathy, and understanding through education can help challenge stereotypes and prejudices. Schools, universities, and educational institutions can incorporate anti-racist curricula and create safe spaces for dialogue and reflection. Legislation and policies are essential in ensuring equal rights and protection for all individuals. Governments should enact and enforce laws that prohibit discrimination and provide mechanisms for victims to seek justice. Efforts should be made to promote diversity and inclusion in all aspects of society, including employment, housing, and public services. Madam Chair, media and communication platforms also have a responsibility to promote positive representations of diverse communities and challenge harmful stereotypes. Responsible journalism, therefore, and media practices can attribute, we say, to shaping public opinion and fostering a more inclusive society. Engaging in dialogue and fostering intercultural understanding is crucial for combating racism and discrimination. Madam Chair, this year marks the 22nd anniversary of the Durban Declaration and the Programme of Action. As my delegation believes that this area be given the utmost priority, we believe that reviewing the achievements made so far with regard to elimination of racism, discrimination, xenophobia, and related intolerance in all their forms is highly important at this juncture. In this context, the Durban Declaration should be seen as a beginning and not as an end, as it is a key to responding to the hopes and aspirations of those who continue to suffer discrimination across the globe. It was Archbishop Desmond Tutu who reminded us that if we are neutral in situations of injustice, we have chosen the side of the oppressor. How true and apt that thought is even in today's context, Madam Chair. Sri Lanka reaffirms therefore that all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. The Fundamental Rights chapter in our Constitution guarantees non-discrimination at every level. Sri Lanka, as a multicultural, multi-ethnic, and multi-religious society, has taken tangible, meaningful, and result-oriented measures in this endeavor. Sri Lanka understands that the internet platforms and digital technologies, including AI platforms, are being used to advocate hatred, to plan, fundraise, and circulate information about public events aimed at promoting racism, xenophobia, and related intolerance. While being mindful of the fact that the internet can play a vital role in promoting equality, inclusion, we must also remember that it must respect human rights. Madam Chair, Sri Lanka remains deeply concerned about the resurgence of racism. Madam Chair, I wish to leave you with the thought, as someone said, that in worshipping their nationhood, men worship themselves and scorn others, and that is not a healthy thing, and that diversity is an aspect of human existence that cannot be eradicated by terrorism or war or self-consuming hatred. It can only be conquered by recognizing and claiming the wealth of values it represents for all. In conclusion, we remain committed to build a society where the rights of all communities are secured and their safety and security is ensured. Thank you, Madam Chair.
I thank the distinguished representative of Sri Lanka.